Some of these projects are the gas to energy project that the government has embarked on over a year ago is one of the most transformative projects that we have seen in the private sector. That project will not just bring lower cost energy to our country, but will also be a booster to the manufacturing sector. And the manufacturing sector cannot wait to achieve that low cost energy to grow their industry. All well a road to let him. Thanks to His Excellency to taking the bold initiative over the last year, almost all the bridges along that pathway is under construction. Work on the highway has already started. The private sector is also very interested to see the development of an oil refinery in Guyana. Currently, government utilizes in excess of $800 million at the moment annually to pay for importation of fuel. That by itself, when you look at that number, it is enormous money that we need to find as foreign exchange to pay for importing fuel. We're going to work very closely with the government and the private sector to see if we can have this realized as soon as possible for the development of Guyana. The 24-hour deep water port. Currently, our port is a tidal port. We cannot handle deep water draft vessel 24/7. I want to call on the entire private sector, all the other organizations. We need to aggressively support His Excellency and the government of Guyana, who have taken an initiative already, you've heard President mention this before, to start working on deepening our port. Those conversations have started, and we from the private sector is very thankful, and we will be working closely with government to make sure that that project is realized, which will bring enormous benefit to Guyana. Currently, we see our products are being stopped in Jamaica, in Trinidad for transshipment, and we lost a lot of time. And every time you stop at a port, additional freight cost is passed to us as consumer. We can remove that by deepening our port. The regional logistics hub is so critical for us at this point in time. With the aggressive developmental strategy that government have and the private sector, over the next 3 or 4 years, we will be producing so much stuff locally. We will be producing more than what we need in Guyana. As a result, it is so critical that we work aggressively to make sure we strengthen our regional logistics hub so that our goods and services can reach the other countries in the region and outside of the region easily and timely. The Private Sector Commission, I think this is a popular conversation day after day. Access to equity financing and access to funds for small and medium-sized business. We will continue to work closely with banks and the other financial institutions to see how best they can help to grow these small and medium-sized businesses who are struggling to access finance to grow their business. The amount of opportunity that exists here right now requires capital, technical expertise, and manpower resources. So it is very critical that the private sector collectively work aggressively to make sure that we can build on access to finance, on access to skilled workforce, and technical expertise. I've seen the training center that is being built currently in Barbados. That's an amazing initiative from government. We all as private sector need to start thinking ahead and think big and start looking to see how we can get our employees registering and preparing to utilize that facility when completed.